one of the core parts of functional conscious living is to actually start to map your values, because your values, when we talk about who am I and we ask that question, who am I, or who are you, where we actually talk to each other in groups and circles, who are you? A lot of people are confused by what that means. They start thinking of what their work, they start thinking of all the things they're doing, not who they are, not who they're being. And so in functional conscious living, who we are starts with that collection of values that we hold about ourselves. That's like the foundation of our house, right? If we're taking them on, because of other people in our lives, because we think we need to be taking them on, and a classic example of that is the husband who believes that it's his sole purpose to make his partner happy, right? Or the mother that believes it's her sole purpose to make her kids happy. So it's a way we take on these values from out here. We're doing them just because we think we have to be doing them. We're not necessarily doing them because that's who we are, Are we people pleasers? Is that a value we hold, is to people please, make other people happy? Or are the values that are really inside of that caring, kindness, strength, compassion, and then what do those things mean? What does compassion really mean to you? Does compassion mean taking on other people's work for them? Some people think that is. Or does compassion mean actually empowering people to do their own work? Those are two quite different things, and most people nowadays, when they say they're compassionate, what they're talking about is actually taking on other people's work, or relieving people of suffering or of the burden of having to take their work on themselves, right? Instead of empowering them to do that work. So it's worth us looking at our values. Are we just taking them on because we want to be seen as polite? Are we taking them on because we want to be seen as kind? Are we taking them on because we want to be seen as strong, the big D energy, right? It's like, are we taking that on because we want to be seen as strong and powerful, right? So if you could do something today, just one thing today, it might be worth looking. Just pick one of your values and asking yourself, where did that value come from? Did it come from somewhere outside of me, or is it like a value that's really true to me in my spirit, like who I am, right? Or is it something that I'm doing because I think it's something that I should be doing or that I'm supposed to be doing? You might be surprised.